In this drawing by another Reddit user, I feel what's missing is gesture and construction, and what you see me doing with those arrows there is ensuring that I have a stretch on one side and a pinch on the other. Um, I throw in the gesture, I add in construction. The paper was too small, so I extended it the size of the canvas so that I had enough room to draw. Um, I my process is pretty much combining gesture and construction into one. So that's what you see me doing there. It's just throwing in the gesture lines and then adding construction, throwing in the gesture lines and adding construction. I'm trying to get the shape of the butt right. Uh, don't worry about how many times you have to erase or undo. What matters more is that you get it right. You're not going to be able to explain to your viewer that, well, I only had 5 minutes to draw it, that's why it looks like crap. They don't care. All they care about is whether it looks good or not. And as an artist, that's your job to get it right. So once again, gesture construction. I couldn't see the other arm too well in the original drawing, so I made up the position as I went along. I'm going back, adding a little bit of anatomy to help give some volume to the drawing. I added more paper, added more canvas so that my drawing wouldn't go off the edge of the page, so that I wouldn't try to squeeze everything in into that existing border. When we don't have enough room, what usually ends up happening is rather than letting things flow off the page, is that we try to squeeze it in. It's better to let it just draw at the correct proportion and have it spill off the page, or add more paper so that you're able to get the proportions right. Speaking of proportions, you'll notice that um, the legs are way too big, and I'll show you how to fix that and how to avoid making that mistake in the future in a little bit. Right now I'm working on the head. I like the original head a lot. It was just located wrong in uh, relation to the rest of the body and to the neck. The eyes are a little bit hard to get, but I zoomed in. I was able to see that they were diamond shapes and fix that. However, what I notice is when I flip it, it's like looking at a drawing by somebody else, and all of a sudden I'm able to see all my mistakes. It became very clear to me that the legs were way too big for the rest of the drawing, and the head was way too small. Um, so by flipping it, I was able to see my mistakes and make those corrections. Like I said, don't worry about making mistakes. Worry more about correcting them. Gesture construction, gesture construction. That's my process. I ended up giving a little bit more meat to the butt because I want to feel that fleshiness over there. If it's too skinny, it ends up feeling fake, and I like my figures to have a little bit of realism to them even when they're cartoony. Anime eyes are really, really hard, but it is possible to get it right. And there's the final drawing. I'll have a new draw over every Tuesday, so submit your drawings in the comments or at reddit.com/r/learn to draw.